Robert Kimdichie. Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Now it's Stafford. Flushed out right. And he finds Danny Amendola. A nice pickup there, 19 yards. And they're set up better for 3rd.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
And now prior to this 3rd and 1, we're going to get a timeout here. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though. They'll run it. Here's Anderson. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. He needed a yard. That's what he got, and it's going to earn him a new set of downs. Defense had a chance to get off the field here on the opening drive. Couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important 3rd down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And he slides to avoid the hit. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a 3rd down.
And him running the football is not something that defenses spend a lot of time preparing for. But this guy has a survival instinct and a knack for knowing when exactly to do it.
8th play of this opening drive coming up. This is 3rd down. From the gun, here's Stafford. Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked off by Janoris Jenkins. And now nothing but green ahead of him. And he will score. Touchdown, Giants. Well, it was 3rd down. Defensively, they were just hoping to make a play and get off the field, get their offense on. Instead, they did one better. Pick it off, take it into the end zone.
Well, they did what you said. They got off the field.
They're going to have to come right back on.
They're going to come right back on, but happily, right? They put the ball in the end zone. That's the way you start a game. That's the way you set the tone.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now the Lions offense, they get ready to head back out there. And following the pick 6, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick 6. We'll see how they attack this run.
I don't think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told him, and they told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
The tackle by Janoris Jenkins.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 16 yards, a first down. So the drive takes him into Giants territory now, 1st and 10 at the 47. Back to throw, Stafford. The left side completion to Jones. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. 16 yards, a little deja vu from the previous play where they got 16. A first down carry here for Johnson. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. The Pro Bowler, Muhammad Wilkerson, brings him down. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
From the 27, Stafford, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. The sack coming from big Dalvin Tomlinson.
Enough takes to start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo.
Oh, a hit. He lost the football. Stafford puts it on the ground.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
On 4th down, here's Sam Martin on to kick it away. Saquon Barkley deep to return. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback.
Set. Leo. 50, plant.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. The opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. A give to Barkley out of the gun. And he'll find some space up to about the 25. And he's able to get more than half of what they needed. That brings up a 3rd and 5.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 47. Out of the shotgun, they run with Barkley. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat.
And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. Trey Flowers able to record his 5th sack of the season. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Here's Lawletta. And that is incomplete.
And with a dime look on defense, 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
On 4th down, here's Brian Anger now to kick this one away. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. A reminder, later tonight, Sunday Night Football will see a game in the NFL 100 Series, a rematch of the very first AFL-NFL Championship game, later, of course, known as Super Bowl I. It pits the Packers against the Chiefs from Arrowhead, and that should be a fun one. From the 22, here's 2nd and 8. Here's Stafford. Oh, a hit. He lost the football. Stafford puts it on the ground. And the Giants have it. It's picked up. And they will take over with a football just outside of the 10 at the 12-yard line. And New York set to take the field. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage. The big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and give these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. 2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. Coming up at halftime, we remind you once again that we're going to check in with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL as we reach now, hard to believe, the halfway point of the season. Time flying.
It certainly is. Time to get the sweaters out, my man.
And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down. So from second and long, now we go to third and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. They'll be marked inches short, no gain on the play, and that's going to lead him to fourth down.
Let's go. 30 base.
Hey, watch the slant. Watch the slant.
Look. Squeeze.
Watch the slant. Hey, switch gears. Switch gears.
Ready.
They'll run with Barkley. He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the first down as he's tackled at the 1. They only get a hard-fought yard, but that's all they needed. It pays off the decision to go for it, first and goal. And Barkley will try to punch it in. And he is in. Touchdown, New York. Saquon Barkley with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Giants are able to grow their lead. PAT up and good by Rosas. And it's now 14-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. Here's the Detroit offense now as they head back out onto the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. One more time, they'll keep it on the ground. And they'll indeed stop him on third down. And now what do you want to do with your timeouts? Now the Giants will use the second of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. Here's Sam Martin now as he'll kick it away for the second time. Fielded at the 20. A good return there, 17 yards. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. A first update now out of Jacksonville. The Jets have scored again. They're really opening it up now. And we'll be sure to keep an eye on that one as we go along here.
61, matchbox lights. Hey, high 7.
Lawetta looking for a first down throw. Trying to lay one up deep. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock.
It's now 2nd and 10.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. And offensively, they'll take the timeout with 6 seconds left in the second quarter. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. A handoff, Barkley running left. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. Well, why don't we hold off on the halftime update after all? Seems like everyone's ready to go here for the second half in Week 8 in the NFL. Second half ready to get rolling. The Giants with a lead, and they are set to receive this kick. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27.
Ready! 50, plant! Shit!
Second half begins with a run from Barkley. And he'll get about 3 here as he's out to the 30.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
You ain't going nowhere.
Coming off play action, Loletta. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. Quandre Diggs there defensively. This defense tried to do its part, active hands on that play, but their offense hasn't given them much to work with.
So they're not going to worry about it. On their side of the ball, all they're concerned about, can they create some scoring opportunities and help out that offense?
Yeah, let's go second.
Throwing on 3rd down, Loletta. And Ingram hauls it in. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
Well, from an offense's perspective, that sure was pretty because the corner route is extremely difficult to defend from my perspective.
What we just saw there, is that sort of the evolution of the tight end position?
Yeah, I think it is because more and more tight ends are being treated like wide receivers. These are some agile players who can make a play in any spot on the field.
They hold him to only 2 there on the screen. It's 2nd down. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down. A first carry for the Clemson man, Wayne Gallman. He'll get about 4 here, down to the 43-yard line.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
The Giants on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. A handoff to Barkley. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Anger is on to punt, and he gets this one away.
Come on now, let's go.
Set, blue 60.
Hey, I give these traps. Let's go. Watch the safety creep. Sled.
And they'll try to fire up the running game with C.J. Anderson. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. Here's Stafford now on 2nd down. Got his man complete over the middle. That's James. And they'll mark him down right around the 9, just shy of the 10. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. He'll have a 1st down and more past the 20. And a cut to the sideline. A big-time run there by Anderson. And even 70 yards on the pickup. Trailing here in the 3rd, and that run might just be the spark that this offense needs.
And don't you just get the sense that he's going around not just in the huddle, but looking over at the bench and saying, ball, give me the ball. Let me carry this thing home.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. That is caught at the 7. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. He was trying to find Marvin Jones that time, but it'll be second and goal. They'll go again from the 3 here on second and goal. To throw is Stafford. Now he's got it, and he'll take this into the end zone. Now hold on here. We do have a flag down, so let's see what this is about. A crucial penalty there as the hold backs him up for another second and goal.
Hey, orbit.
57,
A shotgun snap for Stafford. He's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. Jermaine Kearse, his second touchdown on the season. And the Lions able to get this back within a touchdown. Prater for the extra point, and that'll make our score 14-7. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
Ready? 10 logo.
Hey, pick your game up. 40's the mark.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Lauletta. Over the middle, complete to Tate. Past the 20. Touchdown, Giants. Golden Tate, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Giants add on to their lead.
That is certainly a deflator right there defensively. Their guys just came off of a touchdown drive. They're back in the game, and then bam, they give up a touchdown 1 play later. How about that?
And the momentum, which seemingly had shifted the other direction, thought we might be seeing a comeback. That momentum right back the other way.
Well, that is certainly not complimentary football that we saw right there. The defense is supposed to help their offense, not give up another touchdown.
Stafford and the Lions now have it 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Here's Anderson as they begin this series on the ground. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
22.
Now Stafford. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and they're going to have a 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now Stafford. Well, the two men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively, brings up 4th down.
I would dare say that these guys would have liked to have given their defense a little bit more rest since they gave up a touchdown their last time out. But the last one, man, that's not going to happen.
Yep, they're going to have to grab those helmets, get right back out there. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And it'll be Giant football 1st and 10. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
Hey, watch the slant.
Hey, lock it. Ready?
They'll try and get this run game going. This is Barkley. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. Back now at Ford Field. It's the Giants with the football and also the lead as we get set to start quarter number 4. An ideal spot here to get a first down and try to run some more clock, and this is second and less than a yard. They'll run it again with Barkley. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. They call that a loss of 6 yards. And it's third down now. The Giants on third down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. Now a play fake, and it's Lauletta. And that will be incomplete. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Lions are going to take over with a long field ahead and a 1st and 10. If you're thinking of a comeback here, you go to 2016. That's when Stafford had an NFL record 8 fourth-quarter comebacks. But last year, despite playing all 16 games, he had 0. And he's going to take this up past the 10 to about the 11. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. On 2nd and a yard, Stafford, and he's going to be taken down, sacked back at the 2. Robert Kimdichie able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on 3rd down. From his own goal line, Stafford. James has got it, complete. And he is going to get the first down, it looks like, as he's up to the 12. 8 yards there, getting him out of danger. It's a first down. Stafford now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Stafford throwing the out route incomplete. That's Jones. 15 yards for the Lions there on a first down. Fourth quarter, every drive so critical, and you figure may only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the second touchdown. You got the first one for the second one to even matter.
But now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. A gain there of 30 big ones.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And he's going to get this inside the 30. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays. On 1st and 10, Stafford. Defensively here, you've got the cushion, but back-to-back pretty big pass plays there. Bend but don't break, but are they bending too much?
I think that they are. To me, it'd be like playing basketball, and you put up a pass. Make sure you get up there and make them eat up some time. Make it a little bit of resistance so they can't just run it right down your throat.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Stafford, this is caught. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. A first down there on a pickup of 25. They'll run for it with Anderson. And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. 2nd and goal from the 1. Stafford now to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. Nick Bawden, his first touchdown on the year. And the Lions have got it back to a 1-score game. Extra point good by Prater. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line.
Set, ready? 60 Pittsburgh.
Here we go.
Get it.
They begin with a run by Barkley. Up past the 25 to the 26, a gain of 5. And this defense here going to burn their second timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Now Gallman. He'll have a first down past the 40 as he'll get this one up to the 44-yard line. And now here comes the third of their timeouts defensively. So they'll be left with only the 2-minute warning to stop it from here on out. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Here's a give to Barkley. And an alley to run. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game.
Let's go.
So it's Giants football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. They keep it with Barkley on first down. The tackle there by Quandre Diggs.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground. Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7.
Switch.
It's Barkley on the counter. And, he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down. Boy, a tight game like this, fourth quarter, personal foul penalties, a no-no.
Yeah, we know the emotions are running high. The tensions are the same. Who can control them best could ultimately win it.
And now it's 1st and 10, a big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. Call it a loss of 6 on the play, and it'll be a 2nd and long.
Oh, you got deep? Check 24.
Running left, it's Barkley. The all-pro safety Eric Berry in on the stop. Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college, and how about in the NFL? The miracle of the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee, and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time. Ball popped free. Philadelphia picked